Hello everybody and welcome back to a brand new episode of our NASCAR Heat 5 career mode here on the channel. I hope you're all having a great day. Today we are headed to Bristol Motor Speedway, one of the tracks that I have circled on this schedule for our 4-star Richard Childress Racing team, where we could potentially be a threat for at least a top 10, hopefully even a top 5 finish if we play our cards right there. As you see some of the finishing orders there from Bristol Motor Speedway here in the Camping World Truck Series. Now as we were ready to already get the show on the road here on the Cup Series side of things, we come into this race now inside the top 16. So we're currently in the playoffs along with our teammate of Austin Dillon and our other teammate Tyler Reddick just a couple of points out. Chase Elliott, a notable right now on the outside, looking in to get into this playoff here now as we would get ready to go and get our qualifying attempt underway here from Bristol and hoping for a top 20 qualifying effort. It was kind of the goal I set for myself here in this qualifying session here, and you only get one shot at it of course when it comes to Bristol here with a goal of a 16.233. The goal was a really slow lap time goal honestly here, but we exit turn 4 and it's actually going to be pretty close. We hit a 16.106, so we beat the goal. We qualify inside the top 20, P17 here for the Food City 500. So overall a decent qualifying effort. Our teammate of Reddick there in P18, so Austin Dillon as well in 14, so we all qualify in the same kind of area there as Ryan Blaney, Alex Bowman make up your front row. As we're going to check out the rest of the order, Ty Gibbs making his Cup Series debut in place of the injured Martin Truex Jr. after the wreck he had in the last episode. So we'll see how Ty Gibbs can do as he's qualified up inside the top 10 as well. Definitely will be interesting to see what that 19 is able to put up here today. Now Truex, he comes into the 16th in the standings, about to miss 2 races here. Fortunately for him, Ty Gibbs' points that he accumulates will count towards Truex's season, just with the way the NASCAR Heat 5 of course is in the standings and whatnot. So Truex certainly a Ty Gibbs fan today to say the least, and could end up replacing Truex at that 19 car full time, and not only in this career mode but maybe even in real life in the 2023 season. I wouldn't be too surprised if that happened, or it could replace Kyle Busch. You never know. We'll have to wait and see what happens there, but nonetheless here we are on the grid ready to go green. Now we did gain a spot there from inspection issues, sending a driver to the back, so we're up to P16 as a green flag is out, and we are underway from Bristol Motor Speedway here. Immediately we're on the line that I prefer to be on, but when it comes to restarts here, the original start and any restart that we have throughout this race at the end of stage 1, at the end of stage 2, and maybe for some cautions in between, we don't want to necessarily be on the outside. I would much rather be to the left there on the inside, but once we get the restarts sorted out, that's when you like to see myself migrate towards the top and just try to get the momentum rolling around that top line, which is what I love to do at every racetrack possible, and of course Bristol, you can definitely make that happen. Unfortunately, we're already going backwards here, a little bit of contact with the 42 of Chastain, but it was just not a good start for myself here. Now I was actually over driving some of the corners a little bit here, but McDowell would move up in front of us. We were down to 22nd by the time we came through to lap 10. DiBenedetto goes through on the inside. Stenos was able to get past us. We weren't the only one falling down the order though. Look at our other teammate here of Tyler Reddick as well, dropping down the order, and he was really struggling with pace. I had way more pace in my 27 Spotify Chevrolet than compared to my teammate of Tyler Reddick there in that 8 car. So we moved back up into 21st, and then once we came through lap 11, lap 12, I started to get the momentum kind of rolling here on the top lane, and we're going to roll around that 47 of Ricky Stenhouse Jr., and then we just start to get on the move. We get past Michael McDowell, we pass Eric Almirola, we're right on the back of the 12 of Ryan Blaney, who is way off the pace. He qualified up on the front row with Alex Bowman, and he is dropping like a rock. He has no speed whatsoever in that advanced auto parts Ford Mustang. I'm all over the back of him. He's so slow that I'm running into the back of him here. He's going to be sideways a little bit on the exit of turn 2, but not too uneasy. He's able to easily keep that car under control, but we just continue moving forwards up into 18th place, and it would be just a matter of time until we would have a chance to dive to the outside here of Ryan Blaney and make a pass to 17th place. Now unfortunately stage 1 flies by quick. It's only 30 laps here in Bristol, and that's really quick to accomplish, and we were now looking around the outside of Bubba Wallace. Chase Elliott at this point in the race leading the way. Elliott, a little bit of bad luck so far in this season of this career mode. He's had speed, but he hasn't had the finishing results to show for it here now as we were continuing to move our way forwards up the inside of Kurt Busch for 15th place here with just a few moments left in this first and opening stage already, which has just flown by in the blink of an eye, it feels like here. But Chase Elliott, he already had that final lap underway, and he was going to cruise to a stage 1 victory here, as we're going to exit turn 4 up the inside of Ty Dillon as his brother Austin Dillon and our teammate goes spinning to the inside wall. The caution's going to fly here and end stage 1 about maybe a quarter of a lap early for Chase Elliott, but nearly a full lap early for us. We get credited with P14. Austin Dillon goes for a big spin on the exit of turn 4, and that would bring him to the back of the pack. Fortunately for Austin, he will remain in this race, but still, now he's got a lot of work to do as we gain 5 spots on the pit lane. A lot of pit stop movement happened there with positions, and for the start of stage 2 here from Bristol, now inside the top 10, it is time to turn up the volume and let's get amped from Bristol. There you saw amped from Bristol Motor Speedway, and we've lost a little bit of ground there, but I get to the back of the 20 of Christopher Bell. He's going to get sideways into the outside wall. We're going to get a pass complete that way, but I did not intend to do that to Christopher Bell, and I'm sure he's not going to be thrilled with that move here. Now, as there were 3 wide in front of us here, a few moments later, there's some slower cars in the mix, and I was going to go up the inside of Eric Almirola, 3 wide with LaJoy and the 17 of Busher, and we move up a few more spots right there as we cross the line. But here comes Michael McDowell trying to go up the inside briefly, but there you see the 53 Rick Ware Racing's Garrett Smithley in the way as well, and we're going to go and pass him. That is not for position here, but we are nonetheless up into the 9th place spot currently, as we now would look up the inside of Kyle Larson all the way on lap 20 of 28 already in this stage, and Chase Elliott's continuing to just dominate this race. No one really seems to have anything right now for that number 9 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet, as we're in the back there of the 33 of Cindric, and then actually just kind of stayed behind Cindric. I said, all right, let's just follow Cindric through here and try to gain some more positions, because there you got Ryan Newman holding up some drivers. So we followed him through and move up into P7, and then we would go by that 33 there and move on with our day in the rest of this second stage. A big development though in the closing laps of stage 2. You see it right there. Chase Elliott in the pit lane and smoke pouring out the back. The driver who's dominated the stage would be out of the race after his engine expires, and the bad luck continues for the Hendrick Motorsports driver of Chase Elliott. Now as we move up into P6, Kevin Harvick would exit turn 4 to then win stage 2, and we're going to cruise to the line here. No pressure from anyone behind us to cross the line and get P6 here in this second stage. So there we go. We're picking up some well-earned and well-deserved stage points and setting ourselves up well, of course, for this third and final stage. And it really depends, though, on the pit stop and how the team is able to handle that with the 4-tire call and, of course, a couple of minor repairs to make to this car, and we're going to fill it up with some fuel as well. So we enter the pit lane here in P6. Well, we maybe exit better. That would certainly be the ideal scenario, and preferably would be on the inside line for this next restart. But of course, we really don't know what to expect there. Look at Tyler Reddick all the way down in 36th place, 2 laps down. A miserable day for him. So we gained 2 spots on the pit lane. That's good, but what's bad is, well, we're on the outside, exactly where I don't want to be here now, as it's going to be Kevin Harvick leading the way, as we're going to be back underway here from Bristol Motor Speedway for this third and final stage. 61 laps to go after 64 whole laps completed so far. Kyle Busch there on that front row with Kevin Harvick. Not the restart he was looking for, not the restart I was looking for. Already going backwards here now. Kurt Busch up the inside. He's going to make the passes. We're going to be side by side for 5th place as we come through to cross the line. Kyle Larson as well lurking just behind, trying to make a move up the inside. Larson still winless in this season, in his comeback season, along with our debut season here in this 2021 season. Follow along now as we exit turn 4. Hamlin up the inside. outside as we cross the line now, and we're just starting to go backwards at this point. Unfortunately, you know, we got good pace in this car, but it's a car that's more suited towards the long run. It's not good on the short run. Austin Dillon would pass me. He crashed in stage 1. He's now past us. Matt DiBenedetto up the inside, and we just continue to fade. Now down to 10th place as Bell would get past. Here comes Michael McDowell as well. We would drop down to 11th place, and then we had Ty Dillon closing up on me here in that Bass Pro Shop Scott Brothers number 96 Toyota Camry, and I'm just trying to hold on to at least P11 here. I was hoping this was going to be the furthest that we would drop back. I was starting to now get into a little bit of a rhythm here, and the longer, of course, that the run was going, the better it was suiting my number 27 Spotify Camaro here. Now to the outside of Eric Almirola and to the back there of the 34 of McDowell. Nearly drove right into the back of him actually and turned him all around, but now here comes the movement. We're starting to move our way forwards. We get past Almirola. We get alongside that 34 of McDowell. We're going to pass him and clear him on the exit of turn 4, but in 9th place, and then we start to deal with lap traffic again. This time I'm getting aggressive though. We're going to go 3 wide around the outside, but a caution's actually going to fly here with 36 laps to go. Not what I personally wanted to see. Kyle Busch leading at this point, and here's what happened actually. Cody Ware blows a right front tire. It looks like slams it to the outside while drives back down into Newman and caused a big accident here down the back straightaway. So we would actually pit again for 4 tires and fill it up with fuel, and we lost 2 spots on the pit lane. So this time though, it puts us here on the inside, so I wasn't going to complain too much, but obviously with 33 laps to go, still not what we want, because now we don't get a full-on long run. Now it's basically a stage 1 plus a couple of extra laps at this point here. So in the first half of this run, it's just going to be all about just losing as little track position as possible. That's basically been the plan in these opening runs of anything after a pit stop, is just lose as little as possible, not gain as much as possible, because we just haven't had a car capable of gaining on these restarts. Daniel Suarez would go past in Trackhouse, number 99 Camping World Chevrolet, and look how much time we lost to Suarez here. McDowell would get up my inside, but it wouldn't be long until lap traffic was going to start to play a threat. The slow cars here at Bristol today were so slow. It didn't take that long, I should say, to run them down here. As we have a bit of a moment with Ty Gibbs in his debut race here in the Cup Series. Some contact with him, some contact with the wall. We drop all the way down to P16 here, racing against this number 19 of Ty Gibbs in his first ever Cup Series race now at Bristol Motor Speedway. A bit of a rough track to make your Cup Series debut at, but he's still doing a superb job so far. But now as we would come through to lap 109, you actually see me get into the back of that 19 at Ty Gibbs, trying to basically say, hey, get out of my way, I'm coming through at this point here. So we move up into 15th place here up the inside of Matt DiBenedetto, hoping that we could stay alongside at the turn 4, but unfortunately couldn't quite do that now, as he would also pass Austin Dillon, my teammate. Then I would get to the outside of my teammate of Austin Dillon, but here comes Ty Gibbs back to the inside, 3 wide on the exit of turn 2. Dillon fading in the closing laps of this race. Kyle Busch continues to lead as the laps wind down, so Gibbs back in front of us here now as we're in 15th place, but now lap traffic playing a role, and now we're just trying to use lap cars as picks for us to maybe catch the driver we're racing for position off guard, like I just did here with Ty Gibbs kind of trapping him behind that 53 of Garrett Smithley. So back up into 14th place, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin outside of the top 10. Not what you expect from those two drivers when it comes to Bristol Motor Speedway, but in these closing 4 laps now, up the inside of Larson, Hamlin as well, and they have 2 slower cars of Chastain and the 17 of Buescher as well on the outside to deal with. So here I am coming through in an opportunity now in these closing laps, because of the lap traffic being so inconsiderate and slow. We have a chance to maybe get a top 10 here. We are going to have to do something a little bit creative though if we want to make that happen. So I jump up to the outside first opportunity that I get, and I see, you know what, there's an opportunity right here. We're just going to try and force it 3 wide going up to this final lap. So P11 coming to the final lap here through 3 and 4, and there we go, 3 wide to the outside, and we've already gotten to the top 10, passing Logano here and Suarez as we go down now into turn 1. Kyle Busch has already exited turn 4 to win the race here in Bristol. We're now side by side with Kurt Busch, and look at the track position we've gained in just the final lap of this race. Even a chance at a top 5 around the outside of McDowell and Harvick on the exit of 4, nearly into the outside while we cross the line, and we're going to get a 5th place finish here. Michael McDowell, by the way, finishes 4th. Suarez there in P8, so some notables right there inside the top 10 as we somehow managed to get a top 5 as we went down into turn 3 with 2 laps to go. outside of the top 10. So it's crazy how things can shake up there when AI have no idea how to make passes sometimes here. As you see Chase Elliott at the bottom of the grid along with Cody Ware. Interesting to see them too, coincidentally, at Bristol at the bottom of the grid, considering what happened to them in real life. Now, as you're going to see the playoff grid before we end this episode, we got into a couple of drivers today, but fortunately we still haven't made any rivals yet. We're close. We got some drivers that are not happy with us, so we do got to be a little bit careful here on these next handful of races to make sure we don't get a couple rivals, because, well, we dealt with Joey Logano as a rival for so long in the NASCAR Heat 5 original career mode, and obviously we do not want to do that again. So you see the playoff grids though right there on your screen, and we're going to check out the Cup Series side of things as well. So we're now up into 10th place on the grid. We're doing pretty good. Kevin Harvick though up at the top of the playoff grid with more wins than anybody there, with 2, the only driver that's won multiple races this season. Kyle Larson the highest in points without a win though here now. And as always, if you guys enjoyed, you know what to do. I'd like to thank you all for taking the time of your day for watching here. And in the next one, we go to another track circled on my schedule at Martinsville Speedway, and hopefully we can have another strong run there as well. That does it for me. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody.